It's Friday, February 2. In the headlines, February 26 is the date for the local government election. In business news, we get the updates on a stock swap and dividend consideration. Regionally, Guyana firm on a call for Gaza ceasefire as it takes a presidency of the UN Security Council. And in sports, Australia beat West Indies by 8 wickets in opening ODI. This is the weekend news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Jamaica's political machinery is in full election gear following Thursday's announcement of the date for local government elections this year. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond McKenzie made the announcement at a Jamaica Labour Party meeting at the Montego Bay Conference Centre in St. James.
Nomination Day! It's February the 8th. And the day we continue with the Jamaica Labour Party in control is February the 26th is Election Day.
His speech followed that of leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Prime Minister Andrew Holness. He said his experiences growing up at the lower end of the economic strata put him on a mission to move Jamaica from poverty to prosperity.
I know what it is not to have lunch money, but nobody in the world would ever know, because even though I was poor, I was proud. So when I say I love the poor, but I hate poverty, you understand what I mean?
He highlighted various programs being implemented by his administration.
House by house, we are moving Jamaicans out of absolute poverty. When I said to Minister Charles, listen, when I go around, people complain bitterly about the PATH program. That should be the flagship program for ensuring that we lift people out of absolute poverty. I'm happy to see that Minister Charles has now started the consultations for the reform of the PATH program to ensure that the true beneficiaries who are out there who are not on that program will get on the program.
He said that at the local level, his government is purpose-building towns. Meanwhile, responding to the election announcement, President of the People's National Party, Mark Golding, said it was, quote, a good day for Jamaica, end quote.
We're very happy now that time has come and the gate has been flown and we're ready to take them on. And I say to all of our supporters, get ready, saddle up, because we're going to show the Jamaica Labour Party government that time comes for a new government. First with the local and then afterwards with the general, because the people of Jamaica want change.
He told the press that it was time for a new government, first with the local government elections and then with a general election. For your information, Jamaica's next general election is constitutionally due in 2025. By then, if the government has its way, the country would have already transitioned from a constitutional monarchy to a parliamentary republic. The Jamaica Fire Brigade responded to more than 20,000 emergency calls last year. Commissioner of the JFB, Stuart Beckford, says of the total number of calls received, 11,389 were genuine fire calls. 1,413 were malicious false alarms. 1,120 were motor vehicle accidents, and 3,806 emergency medical services. He told JIS's think tank team that this is a significant increase in the number of emergency calls when compared to 2022.
We saw increases in almost all areas of response, in that for 2023, we received and responded to 20,000 152 calls. This, as I said, is the highest call count we would have witnessed in the last 7 years.
A significant increase was also seen in cultivated farmland fires and electrical equipment fires.
Bushfires last year increased by a whopping 81.1%. That represents a total call count of 6,443 when compared to the 3,518 that was received in 2022. We also saw a significant increase in farm cultivated land fires. We saw a 43% increase in this particular area. We also saw increases in electrical equipment fires. We received and responded to 768 such incidents when compared to 595 for the previous year. He
also notes the 3 most active divisions across the island.
And the 3 most active divisions across the fire brigade were St. Catherine, who received and responded to 3,470 emergency calls. That's an increase of 45%, or 1,085. Kingston and St. Andrew, they received and responded to 3,378 emergency calls, representing a 28.9% increase, or 758. St. James received and responded to 2,490 emergency calls, representing the largest overall increase, that of 81.3%.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness says Jamaica has an incredible history of film and an amplified voice. He made the remark while delivering the keynote speech during the launch of the Jamaica Screen Development Initiative this week. It is a government-funded program to support film and filmmaking in Jamaica.
We have a voice that is amplified on the world stage. When people hear about Jamaica, they think we're a country of tens of millions. No other country of our size and stage of development has that story or access to this world platform. No other.
Mr. Holness says the growth of the economy depends on the rate at which Jamaicans produce.
Everything that we want to see happen, whether it is improved education, improved garbage collection, better water supply, better roads, or making movies that reflect us, it depends on what we produce. The rate of production or productivity, the growth of our economy. That's what it depends on.
He says the government will be expanding its ability to generate revenue.
Your government understands the issues. We understand the trade-offs that need to be made. But we're going to make these trade-offs in such a way that we are going to expand our ability to generate more revenues. And then we're going to use those increased revenues to focus on the development of our people and our culture. Because it is the productivity of our people and our culture that will lead to peace and even greater productivity, which leads to prosperity, which comes back to us in our culture and our people as more productive and peaceful, that generates more prosperity.
Still on the arts, perhaps no place represents the resilience of Jamaica's economy more than the Kingston Night Market, a place for artists and entrepreneurs of all stripes. When tourism to Jamaica paused in 2020, the market closed, and the country, its businesses, and its people needed financial support to bridge the gap. The International Monetary Fund emergency financing helped Jamaica support its economy and people.
My name is Hyacinth MacDonald, and I am the conceptualizer and creator of Kingston Night Market. Every Tuesday night at the sacred space of 8 Hillcrest Avenue.
We welcome you
to Kingston Night Market.
Market showcases art and culture in all its different forms. Jamaica suffered economic hard times for many years, causing extreme and immense hardship. It started on the 30th of October 2018. People come from different parts of the world. Some come to eat.
Hello. This is Martin. This is the Akiad Saltfish here. Some barbecue pigtail. Kalaloo quiche.
Some come to shop. Some come for the entertainment.
We come to nice up the party. We come to nice up the party.
I do believe that when people buy goods that are made in their country, the country benefits.
Time now for more business news in the Business Report with Denise Williams.
Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, your guide through the latest happenings in the world of business. Two notable corporate movements was announced by listed companies. First, a stock swap. Image Plus Consultants Limited has advised that on January 30, 2024, a director sold 1,728,800 shares and a connected party purchased 1,728,000 shares in the company. Then a dividend consideration. Sterling Investment Limited has advised that at a Board of Directors meeting to be held on February 16, 2024, an interim dividend payment will be considered. The Jamaica Stock Exchange has advised that Music Licensing Inc., a company operating in the United States of America, has made a filing with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission that it intends to take legal action against the JSC, its officers, and other named entities. The JSC intends to take all the necessary steps with the relevant agencies of the United States government to investigate and take action in respect of the filing that has been made by MLI with the SSC, given that such filing is false, defamatory, and would have the effect of misleading investors. Grace Kennedy Limited has announced the appointment of Greg Lindo as Head of Treasury and Corporate Finance effective December 1, 2023. Lindo is a certified Treasury professional, a designation awarded by the Association of Financial Professionals. He holds an MBA with a major in banking from the University of London's SOAS Centre for Financial and Management Studies and a Bachelor of Business Administration from the University of Miami with a double major in Business Management and Marketing. We are pleased to welcome Greg to the GK team, said Grace Kennedy Group's CEO Don Webby. His wealth of experience and strategic financial acumen aligns seamlessly with our vision for sustained growth and innovation and will be a tremendous asset to the team. Jamaican electrical supplies company Fosrich announced at an upcoming board meeting there will be the discussion of the possibility of an additional public offer or APO. Fosrich Board of Directors has convened a meeting for February 6th, at which time it will consider recommending to shareholders at an extraordinary general meeting certain resolutions to facilitate raising additional equity investment by an APO of ordinary shares. Fosrich has previously raised 139 million Jamaican dollars from the rights issue, which opened in June 2023. The company has been using the proceeds to complete phase 2 of its 30,000 square foot fulfillment center on Malines Road in St. Andrew. During trading on February 1, 2024, the top advancing stocks covered the logistics, finance, and distribution sectors on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Cargo handler shares advanced 14.77% for a $1.92 increase in price to close at $14.92 with 50 shares traded. Jamaica Money Market Brokers Group Limited shares advanced 6.82% with an upward movement of $1.64 to close at $25.60 with 76,199 shares traded. Caribbean Flavors and Fragrances Limited share advanced 6.41% for a modest 10 cents increase to close at $1.66 with 1,000 shares traded. On the declining stocks that investors experienced on February 1, 2024, the top 3 losers covered the finance and food sectors. First Rock Capital Holdings Limited US dollar shares declined by 19% for a 1 cent drop to close at 4 cents with 30,000 shares traded. Epley 7.75% shares declined by 15.3% for a slip of $3.45 to close at $19.50 with 300 shares traded. Caribbean Cream Limited declined by 12.8% for a slip of 47 cents to close at $3.42 with 598 shares traded. Over on the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, for February 1, 2024, trading activity on the first-tier market registered a volume of 433,283 shares crossing the floor of the exchange, valued at 3 million TT dollars. National Enterprises Limited was the volume leader with 132,000 shares, changing hands for a value of 493,000 TT dollars, followed by Grace Kennedy Limited with a volume of 109,000 shares being traded for 447,000 TT dollars. Calypso Macro Index Fund was the only active security on the mutual fund market, posting a volume of 3 shares valued at $70.50 TT dollars. Moving from the money moves of investors, executives, and companies, we turn to the Forex market. On February 1, 2024, the Bank of Jamaica reported that US $11.8 million was bought from Forex traders, while US $12.1 million was sold to Forex traders. Buying directly from the Bank of Jamaica, foreign currency traders sold the US dollar for $156.64 and bought US dollars for $154.11. The difference between the buy and sell rate was $2.53, which represents a profit for Forex traders for every US dollar traded. Canadian Forex traders earned a trading profit of 86 cents from transactions with the Bank of Jamaica. The Canadian dollar was sold for $117.63 and bought for $116.77. For traders looking at the British pound, they pocketed a profit of $5.92, selling it for $200.42 and buying it for $192.54. Our credit report tip of the day is for those venturing into entrepreneurship as a shift from their 9-to-5 career. A strong credit report is your business ally. It helps secure financing, negotiate favorable terms with suppliers, and build the credit profile of your new venture. A solid credit foundation is fundamental to turning your entrepreneurial vision into reality. And with that, we wrap up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams. Appreciate your company. Stay well informed, stay ahead of the curve. Until our next update, take care.
In regional news, Guyana has taken up its presidency of the United Nations Security Council. And at a press briefing on Thursday, Ambassador Caroline Rodriguez-Burkett said the South American country remains resolute in its call for a ceasefire in Gaza. However, the country has a wider packed agenda for its presidency throughout February.
Guyana is actually a founding member of the Committee on the Inalienable Rights of the Palestinian People, and we have continuously advocated for the two-state solution. And we believe that this is the ultimate solution in the crisis that we face right now. And while what we see is unprecedented, we also believe that there's opportunity in this to move forward that process. I would say to our Palestinian brothers and sisters and to our Israeli brothers and sisters that we hope that even though at this point in time we see disaster and destruction in Gaza and we see the wider complications of this in Palestine, we would like to see Israel and Palestine living side by side in peace and security and in harmony. We believe it is time.
Guyana has taken up the presidency of the United Nations Security Council 1 month after it took up its 2-year seat on that international body. And though it has a packed agenda for the presidency, Guyana's ambassador to the United Nations, Caroline Rodriguez-Burkett, told a New York press briefing on Thursday that the country remains firm on its call for a ceasefire in Gaza. Beyond this, Guyana will preside over several meetings this month, and it will host its signature event on climate change and food security on February 13.
On the 13th of February, we will host a high-level open debate focusing on the impact of climate change and food insecurity on the maintenance of international peace and security. The meeting will be chaired by the President of Guyana, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali. Our Foreign Minister, Honorable Hugh Todd, will also be here for the meeting. The topic chosen is one that Guyana attaches high importance to. The meeting will examine the dynamic relationship between climate change, food insecurity, and conflicts within the context of maintaining international peace and security.
Ambassador Rodriguez-Burkett also said the Haiti crisis is a key focus of Guyana. Reporting for the newsroom, Vishani Raghabir.
Cayman Islands national flag carrier Cayman Airways has announced its 2023 annual passenger volume has surpassed pre-pandemic levels. More in this report.
The airline transported a total of 189 passengers in 2023, exceeding the 800 passengers carried in 2019. This signifies a resurgence in travel demand, but also showcases Cayman Airways' dedication to meeting and exceeding the airlift needs of the Cayman Islands while operating successfully in a competitive and dynamic industry. Minister for Tourism and Ports, the Honorable Kenneth Bryan, said, quote, "I am proud to extend my sincere congratulations to the management and staff of our national airline, Cayman Airways, on this noteworthy accomplishment. This increase in passenger volume is a clear indication of the airline's strength within an intensely competitive aviation industry and is a result they have worked very hard to attain." End quote. Cayman Airways President and CEO Fabian Worms also spoke to this achievement.
As the national airline of the Cayman Islands, we take great pride in delivering outstanding customer service, and this commitment ultimately rests on the shoulders of our exceptional team. Whether it is curating the initial schedule or providing convenient travel arrangement options for our passengers or offering comfortable and on-time flights, our people at Cayman Airways are consistently focused on providing a top quality experience. As we recognize our staff and celebrate the successes of 2023, we are thrilled that our passenger volume growth in 2023 occurred alongside a significant 27% reduction in fuel consumption, which amounts to 1.84 million fewer gallons compared to 2019. This achievement reflects the results of Cayman Airways' proactive measures, including our modern Boeing 737-8 MAX fleet, which allows us to use significantly less fuel per flight while accommodating more passengers. Our strategic adjustments in flight offerings and aircraft usage also enabled us to fly 1,217 fewer hours in 2023, showcasing the fruit of our strategic approach to operational efficiency.
A trade mission to Belize, led by Minister of Trade and Industry of Trinidad and Tobago, saw a business seminar this week being held in Belize City. During the meeting, remarks were delivered by Prime Minister John Brasinio, as well as Foreign Trade Minister Francis Fonseca. But what is the strength of Belize's trade relations with its CARICOM brothers and sisters? Here is the response from the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade.
Our trade relations with the entire region, the CARICOM region, is small but growing. It's an important market for us, the CARICOM market. With Trinidad, I think we export around $97 million, so it's not insignificant, but certainly we would want to see it grow and expand. So we're very, very thrilled to have this delegation led by the Minister of Trade. Here in Belize, as she said, they brought in about 34 people, some very significant investors in the manufacturing sector, in the agricultural sector, in Trinidad. So I think there's great potential for us collaborating and great opportunities for economic investment in Belize that I'm very excited about, and I know our team at the Ministry of Foreign Trade is very excited about. So we, after this, I will hold discussions with the minister, and we will get into more details about specific areas, particularly agriculture, but also, the whole area of the manufacturing sector. You all know that we have talked about this for a long time in Belize, that we have not been able to develop a manufacturing sector in Belize, canning of goods, canning of fruits. We talk about these things, but I think there's a real opportunity with Trinidad's help and support that we can achieve this objective. So we look forward to those discussions.
In sports, Australia thrashed West Indies by 8 wickets with 69 balls remaining in their series opener on Friday. Captain Steve Smith, 79 not out, and Cameron Green, 77 not out, struck fine unbeat half-centuries as Australia eased to a 232 for 2 in 38.3 overs. Smith and Green then dominated West Indies' pace and spin in a 149-run stand before Australian skipper raised Australia's 10th successive win in ODIs with a cover-driven boundary against Walsh. Sydney will host the second match on Sunday before the third and final game at Canberra next Tuesday. The countdown to the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024, which takes place in the West Indies and USA in June, started on Thursday. The ICC launched the public ticket ballot, giving fans around the world a fair and equitable chance to apply for tickets to the biggest cricket carnival spectacle ever.
For fans wanting to watch their favorite teams and players in action at some of the most iconic cricket stadiums in the world, the ballot is the best opportunity for them to get tickets to all the matches they want, at the venues they want, and for the ticket category they want. With demand for all games expected to be high, fans can apply for up to 6 tickets per match and for as many matches as they want at any stage during the ballot period from now until midnight Eastern Caribbean time on February 7th, 2024.
And that's it for the weekend news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thanks for watching.